It's hard to say how many songs I wouldn't have written if it wasn't for the tools that are available today. Here are my top 5 currently that have helped me a tremendous amount. I hope they help you too. Number 1, the best tool they say is the one that you always have with you. Apple Notes is a credible way to store lyrics, but even more powerful is to combine it with voice memos. Surprised how few people know that you can take a voice memo, copy it directly into a note, and access them both from one place. So not only is it a good way to make your voice memo searchable if you're just writing instrumentals, but if you have lyrics, put your melody right there, name it, describe it in the note, and it's all there in one place. It's backed up to the cloud, and it's always with you. Number 2, the book Songwriting Without Boundaries, written by Pattison, who's a Berklee School of Music teacher. He has practical advice on how to write better lyrics, which is really hard to do. He has good descriptions for tapping into your senses. He claims there are 7 senses and tells you how to use them and how to properly use metaphors and basically just how to write without sounding cliche. 3, music theory. YouTube's a great resource, as everyone knows, and the best that I've found is Jake at Signals Music Studio does a phenomenal job at explaining music theory in a way that nobody else has. He's the only one that has been able to describe modes to me in a way that makes sense and that I could really lock on to. So be sure to check that out and all of his videos if you're interested about music theory and how you could apply that to your songwriting. He's got great examples. Very thorough, highly recommended. Jake created a PDF of all of the modes that show which chords are unique to the modes in a way that really demonstrates the differences between them. In fact, it inspired me so much I created a website, modechordcalc.com, if nothing else to just help me be able to punch in a chord and have it populate all of the chords in a certain mode so I can start thinking and writing in different modes and coming up with progressions I wouldn't have thought to do. Next is backing tracks. I've always struggled with writing a song, then bringing it to the band. You don't know what's going to happen. Could be really good, but sometimes it's better to flush it out a little bit more before you present it to people. And one thing that's really helped me with that is the software Band in a Box, which has allowed me to write my own backing track. So I just plug in the chords and I can pick a genre of music and change it at any time. I can transpose the key on the fly. I can change different instruments. I can import different instruments from different genres. So I can craft the same instruments I'm playing with. If you got a bluegrass band but with the pedal steel, it's all there. And I think it just does a good job of showing you what could be possible. It doesn't have the human element, but it does do a really pretty good job of showing you what your song would sound like, so you can practice it, get a feel for it. It's already opened a lot of doors for me. It's what I use to create the backing tracks on this channel, and it's just a good tool all around. Last but not least is a book called Effortless Mastery by Werner. Now, Kenny does a wonderful job of explaining the unexplainable, which is where your head should be at during practice, during performance, and during songwriting. And, if you've ever tried to absolutely smash a golf ball, you'll know how that works out.
I'm fixing a divot.
He kind of applies the same theory. Don't give it 100%. Find a way to do it effortlessly. And I can't do it justice just talking about it. You'll have to check it out. He's got some meditations and he calls it the space, and it's changed how I've thought about playing and where your head needs to be when you're practicing and, most important, performing. So there you go. I hope you found that helpful. If you liked that, check out my other video here. I think you might like that one too. And take care.